Watch the video and hear what riders think about the TurboAnt X7 Pro. How does it feel to ride the X7 Pro?
Lightweight, long-range alternative. At just $549, the TurboAnt X7 is a great, inexpensive, lightweight scooter with a swappable battery. Tested range is 15.3 miles, but doubles to 30.6 miles with a quick battery swap. Top speed is 15.8 miles per hour, and acceleration is good considering its small 350-watt motor. Even without any suspension, the ride quality of the TurboAnt is good due to air-filled 10-inch tires. Pros include detachable battery, large air-filled tires, smooth acceleration, and better range per dollar with the extra battery.
Probably won't be wearing full safety gear, perhaps just the helmet. And I think these things are fairly easy to go on, even though I've never ever been on an electric scooter. Yes, guys, that's what they are, they're electric scooters. I've never been on any motorized type bike or scooter or anything, have you?
However, if you own your own scooter, well, then you will save a ton of money and you use this as a commuter. Now, let's say you work downtown and parking is super expensive. So all you need is one of these, because you could either drive it from your home to downtown, or you do like most people do in my city. What you do is you have your scooter, you fold it up. Let me show you, this baby folds up. There's a little latch down here that I pull down like this, and I pull the handles down like this, and they lock into the back. And then you take this and you put it in the trunk of your car. It weighs 33 pounds. And then when you get to your destination, pull it out of your trunk and then push down here, lift this up, pull this little latch up, flick this little holding device around, and you're all set to go. It's that simple. And then of course, you would drive this to your place of work, fold it up when you get to your place of work, and then again, drive it back to your car and drive home. This thing has a 30-mile range, and it has a maximum speed of 20 miles per hour.
The boxing and assembly of the X7 Pro.
The TurboAnt X7 Pro comes in a simple cardboard box, packed with styrofoam. Inside, we basically have the scooter itself, and another small box. Within this box are the handlebars, charging adapter, and some paperwork. So first off, let's unfold our TurboAnt X7 Pro. Take off this styrofoam, and yeah, better stabilize things with a kickstand. Now to lock the column into place with the X7 Pro's steel latching mechanism, which is quite secure. Thanks to some springs inside, the latch snaps back easily and is quite simple to adjust.
Yep, they're labeled, so they are marked, guys. Right and left. I guess I should have checked that before and they are backwards thread, so right one on the right one, backwards thread, left on the left, backwards thread. It looks like, don't forget, okay, so we got a tag here. So this brake has to go on first and then the grip afterwards. And it looks like they give you this cool little tool here to snug this up, and you're going to want to adjust this to your spot. I know somebody that's a little shorter might want that up at an angle because you're going to be down, but the taller folks are probably going to want that adjusted down. And it looks like just a couple of turns tightens that up. Okay, super cool.
Is it easy to set up the X7 Pro?
The X7 Pro's display has a plastic cover, which is scratchable, but it's large and easily readable. Aside from the speedometer, battery bars, and the mode icon, you don't get any extra info here. If you want to make some extra adjustments, like cruise control and accessing the speed limiter, you can do so by holding down the buttons to access some hidden controls.
Super easy to drive. Beginners can learn how to drive this in no time at all. You've got 3 brakes on it, so I've got a disc brake over here on this hand, which I can pull. I've also got a brake in the rear that I can step on, and I also have the electric brake up front. Just releasing the throttle, the brake goes on.
Probably won't be wearing full safety gear, perhaps just the helmet. You just got power, haven't you? You just press a little button and you just go. And yeah, I mean, you can push as well, but yeah, I'm really impressed. That was good fun, and they're really easy to use. Like, you don't feel scared that you're gonna topple off or anything. You know, you can put it in the highest mode.
Now, one thing to note, this does have a cruise control, and out of the box, it is set default as cruise control on, so be aware of that. It might actually startle you when you push that thumb down and you hold it for about 6 seconds, it'll beep, and all of a sudden, you don't have to actually push that spring down anymore, it'll just keep on going. So you can change that and turn it off in the P modes in the actual controller, I would, it's up to you. Maybe if you're not really comfortable with it right away, turn it off. But once you're comfortable with it, it's very, very handy to use.
What do you need to know about the battery?
Right below that on the rider side, we have the removable battery. I'll talk about the battery life in a bit, but for the design portion, I love that this battery is removable. You simply pull the latch up top and lift slightly and pull the battery right off. It's very simple to take off, and I love that you can charge it separately or take it with you if you're locking up the scooter.
This puts it somewhere between the Mi Scooter 1S and the Mi Scooter Pro 2, with the significant difference that it has detachable battery and the much bigger and comfortable tires. Definitely, we can think of it as an affordable sub-$1,000 scooter, and its key selling points are indeed the unique design and the awesome battery mechanism.
As I mentioned earlier, the battery pack on this is removable, so you could technically buy another battery pack for it, and then you can keep riding for extended periods of time. It takes about 6 hours to charge this with a charger that comes in the box.
But when you get the chance, the battery's removable design makes charging quite simple. The battery pack has its own charging port, so you can charge it on the go, and we were able to take it from 0 to full in 6 hours with a bundled adapter.
What is the speed of the X7 Pro?
You get better range. When riding in the city on the fastest mode, we were able to get 25 kilometers on a single charge.
I couldn't find any odometer data, so to me it's pretty unclear how much exactly I've been riding, but it must be something around 150 kilometers so far. Alright, let's go for some more riding and we'll talk about the rest of the goodies. Acceleration is decent, not as powerful as the 9-bot Max for instance, but pretty close to it. There are 3 speeds that you can ride at, and their values depend on the region selection. For Europe, maximum is 25 km per hour, the mid-speed is around 15, and the slow one is around 6 or 7, you're as fast as a person that is walking. If you unlock the motor's maximums, you can go as fast as 32 km per hour.
Now, some other specs you're going to want to know about this is that it has a range of up to about 30 miles and a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Now, those particular specs are calculated with a rider that's about 165 pounds, riding on level ground with maybe a slight breeze at their back. So I think in terms of real-world range, now I'm a 200-pound guy, like right at 200 pounds, average height. So my range is probably going to be closer to 20 miles on this. Now, I haven't been able to fully test that out, but that's my best sort of estimate based on its performance and how I've watched the battery state of charge change over having ridden it quite a few miles.
All right, so you'll see it's much quicker. And if I look at my little speedometer, I'm up to like 15 miles per hour and I'm getting up to 20. Here we go. There we go. So you can see you wouldn't drive through a city with this, with people in front of you.
Do you know about the braking system of the X7 Pro?
As far as braking goes, there is a disc brake on the back tire. It works decently, and we found that braking performance improved after tightening and adjusting the pads. There's also an emergency brake on the rear fender, and we like this rear stoplight. It's tall, bright, and easily visible.
Although the ride isn't anything too exciting, it is comfortable and sure-footed when traveling at speed, and stability is not a worry. Coming to a stop is no problem either, thanks to a combination of regen braking on the front motor and cable-actuated disc brakes on the rear wheel. The regen braking doesn't appear to do much of the work, and there isn't a noticeable engagement of the regen braking, like on most scooters that have this feature. The rear fender also acts as a foot brake should you need it, but the regular handbrake works very well.
So these awesome scooters can hit a top speed of 20 miles per hour due to their 750 watt powerful motor. On their 10 amp hour detachable battery, they can reach a range of 30 miles. This can be charged really quickly in less than 6 hours. I've also got a triple braking system, which is very, very handy for Sarah. I've got LED lights and a handy little bell.
Where can I ride the X7 Pro?